another transfer signing for the Reds. Hooray, get it. Obviously it's the worst kept secret in the history of the world, but Hugo Ekitike, for all intents and purposes, is now a player for Liverpool Football Club. We just got word from David Ornstein about 45 minutes ago that Ekitike was basically done and dusted. So it's £69 million, rising to 79 million for add-ons. So presumably that like goals, Champions League appearances, trophies won, international caps, blah 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 blah. But that's spread out over the course of the 6 years. It's a 6 year contract, and it will take through to when he's, I don't know, 28, 29, something along them lines. So yeah, I'd imagine that they'll be doing the press things like the videos, him holding up the kit, doing the vlog for the channel, blah for the club, even blah 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 blah. So you would imagine Liverpool will be announcing it properly themselves later on today, presumably. I would imagine. What Ornstein and Romano, I think, has said as well is that he's basically going to do signing, do all the medicals, etc., etc., and then he's going to join up with the Reds in the Far East, because the lads have just just touched down in Hong Kong, as far as I'm aware. There were pictures of like Van Dijk and Allison signing their autographs and stuff, getting to the team hotel. So it looks like Ekitike is actually going to join them on the tour of the Far East. I think our first game is Sunday, early hours of Sunday morning. I haven't kept up with pre-season, to be honest, but I think it's Sunday or Saturday our first game. So there might be half a chance that Ekitike might play in the either the Yokohama or the AC Milan matches. I mean, it's probably a bit of a stretch because he's going to have to do a medical first. He's going to have to do all his photos and his videos, etc., etc. Then the bloke's going to have to fly over there, join up with the team, so on and so forth. So I'd imagine he'll probably miss the first one, but he should be on the bench for maybe the second one. I don't know. I mean, he might end up playing like immediately, knowing how hard the slot works. But yeah, yeah. What do we? So I've done vlogs and some shorts on this. I'm really pleased we've got him because he seems like a really decent. Hi Sammy, you all right, mate? He seems like a really, really good, young, talented footballer. Um, Obviously, like I said before, with having links to Alexander Isak and then getting Ekitike, obviously, and it's not Ekitike's fault at all. He didn't create the links at the end of the day, but you can't help but being a little bit not disappointed with Ekitike because I'm delighted we signed him, but would have been awesome if we'd had Alexander Isak as well. I mean, you never know; we could end up with him as well, but I can't see us dropping another 150 million quid on Alexander Isak as well as Ekitike, as well as Florian Wirtz, as well as Kirkes, Frimpong, etc. That would be an absolutely outrageous amount of money. But hey, I might be wrong. At the end of the day, they might actually sign Isak for all I know. I mean, there's reports coming out that he's extremely unsettled at Newcastle now, so you never know. There might be a bit of hope, but I genuinely cannot see it. So I would imagine next season you'd be looking at what Ekitike, Gakpo, and Salah, or maybe Wirtz is going to play as part of that three. So maybe you have Wirtz, Ekitike, and Salah, or Wirtz and Salah, Gakpo with Ekitike coming off the bench. Honestly, I don't know what's going to. I mean, I'm going off of a bit of a tangent here, but I'm not thrilled with this idea of taking Sobo out of the side. I thought he was absolutely outstanding last year, and if we signed Wirtz, I'd be a bit what signed Wirtz. if we played Wirtz in midfield, I'd be a bit concerned as to, like, because I'm sure Wirtz can handle himself, obviously, but Sobbo's got a lot of physicality and he does a lot of donkey work in the centre of midfield. You're asking a hell of a lot of Gravenberch if it's McAllister and Wirtz alongside with Sobbo on the bench. So maybe Wirtz is going to go up front with Ekitike and Salah. Look, I don't know. I've got no idea. Maybe Arna's going to do a completely different formation. And he's going to do some sort of weird surprise thing that none of us have even guessed. I mean, obviously you've got the thing with Frimpong as well. I mean, Bradley looked really good the other day against Preston, and he doesn't look like. Hi, mate. You're right. He doesn't look like he's going to give up that position. So maybe. Hello, foot cry. He doesn't look like he's going to relinquish that position. So maybe Frimpong ends up in midfield. I mean, honestly, there's so many good players that we've got now. I mean, I wouldn't even like to guess the formation, to be completely honest. But yeah, that's for another time. Obviously, we'll get more. We'll see what happens with the pre-season fixtures coming forward, because obviously we've got Milan. I think Milan's first and then Yokohama's second. I don't know if I've got it the wrong way around, but we've got those in the next 8 days. Actually, if anyone is watching, who's first, Yokohama or AC Milan? I've completely forgot. Just correct me if you know. Then obviously we're getting back, and then it's the Athletic Bilbao double header. So that's 2 weeks yesterday, I think. Oh, actually, while I'm on, if you've not watched the channel before, I do loads of Liverpool content and stuff, and loads of other weird stuff. Basically, if you want to check it out, it's Geek Boy Meta. I'm actually going to the Athletic Bilbao match, not the Sunday one. I'm going to be there on the Monday. I was trying to get Forza Milan. Yeah, cool. Which Milan? Do we know? Okay, cool. Yeah. I see what you mean, mate. Yeah. It's Milan first. Cool. Nice one. Cheers. Yeah, so I'm going to the Athletic Bilbao second match on the Monday, so this will be 2 weeks today. So I'm going to go live from Anfield. I'm going to do like a good lad, the real one. Good lad, good lad. Yeah, so I'm going to be live outside the stadium in the build up to the match. So I'm going to do like a tour of the stadium. I'm going to go around all the Anfield, if I can say the word, murals, and have a walk round. So I'm going to live stream that as well. I'm going to do a vlog, try and get any goals that scored whilst I'm there as well. Hopefully Ekitike might be there, but obviously if there's two lots of games, I'd imagine I'm probably going to end up with the reserves. Let's have a look. Hi Alonso, you're all right, mate? So yeah, I'm going to be basically I'm going to be at Anfield 2 weeks on Monday for pretty much 12 hours doing random live streams, videos, vlogs, travel vlogs. I'll be going around Liverpool, so I'm going to spend the whole day in Liverpool. Obviously, watch the Reds against Bilbao. Maybe I get to see Ekitike now. I've got no idea. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, just tune into the channel in a couple of weeks' time, and all that good stuff from Liverpool will be on as well. But yeah, after Bilbao, then we've got Crystal Palace in the Community Shield, which is in 3 weeks. My God, it's nearly 3 weeks till the I think it's 4 weeks to the start of the season now. That's insane. And then obviously, look, we've got the Bournemouth match, which is going to be obviously really good, but also a little bit horrendous because of obviously Diogo. Yeah, I don't want to turn this into a Diogo thing again, but obviously I have really struggled with this, as I know a lot of you have. I don't know how I'm going to react being in the stadium. I'm going to go and I'm going to get some flowers. I've got a shirt that me and my family have all like written messages on, so I'm going to go and put that at the memorial, because I'll probably end up crying. It's probably gonna really upset me, but I need to go and say goodbye to the bloke in person, because he was one of my favourite players in the world, and honestly, he meant the world to me. Like, I was absolutely livid when I heard that we were thinking about selling him, obviously before what had happened. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. Obviously I'm not gonna record that as well. That's a personal thing for me and my family. I'm not gonna take pictures either, because I just don't feel it's appropriate, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna go and leave a tribute for Diogo. I'm gonna leave a shirt and some flowers. So yeah. But yeah, basically I'll be around Anfield in a couple of weeks' time for the entire day. So just tune in, because it's going to be like a massive Liverpool day, basically. Um, yeah, yeah. So, are we pleased about? Like I said, this video is going to be on the channel later as an actual video. So just leave any comments that you want to, or whatever. Um, what do we think? Are we happy with Ekitike? Disappointed? Oh, hello, number one Ronaldo fan. Yeah. Are we happy with Ekitike? Not happy with Ekitike? Uh, Meh about Ekitike, prospect for the future. Um, do you think there's someone else that we should have signed? I mean, it just seemed like it was a choice between Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike. I mean, I didn't really see anyone else mention. I mean, um, just going on quickly as well, another couple of bits of news. So the Rodrigo thing, that appears to have gone completely quiet now. I'm not hugely enamored with. Hi NK, you're right. I'm not hugely enamored with the signing of Rodrigo, but look, I'll take it. Obviously, he's a very good player, but do we need Rodrigo? To be honest, is he going to score 30 or 40 goals a season? I would probably politely suggest not. Um, so yeah, that's gone quiet. So I don't know what's going on with that anymore. Um, Another couple of bits of news. So the Reds played yesterday. I think we beat Stoke like 8-0 or something daft like that, and Darwin Núñez scored 3 goals in like I don't know, like 10 minutes or something stupid like that. It caught me on the hop actually, because I got an alert basically saying, "Oh yeah, Liverpool are like 5-0 up at half time." And I was like, "Wait, what? What? Why are we playing football matches?" I wasn't aware that we had a friendly, but it was a behind closed door friendly, basically. So, yeah, Darwin played, Flory played, Mo played, Van Dijk, Gravenberg, everyone was playing basically. So it looked like it was just a match for fitness. So apparently the lads played all right. Well, I mean, 8-0 would suggest that they probably played okay. Yeah, but the random thing about it was that Lucho got left out, and also Federico Chiesa got left out. Now, I need to go and check my social media, but there's reports doing the round that Chiesa wasn't even on the plane. So, I mean, there's not many other reasons why you wouldn't take Federico Chiesa. So, I would probably imagine that Federico will be on his way within the next week, 10 days. Romano was reporting yesterday that his priority is to go back to Italy, which I can completely understand. I don't think he's being disrespectful at all, but at the end of the day, Fedi's got a World Cup coming up in what, 11 months' time. I mean, is he even if he has a fantastic season for someone like a Milan or a, I don't know, Fiorentina or someone like that, is it has it basically with 10 months to go, has he left himself enough time to get into the Italy squad? I mean, I wouldn't say Italy have got the most depth in the striking departments, not from back in the day at least, when they had like Baggio and Mancini and Toto Schillaci and people like that. Sorry, I am really old, so if you don't know who those players were. Um, yeah, so I can understand why Federico wants to go back. It's a shame because I think he's a really good player. I would have liked him to have been given another chance, to be honest. Oh, let's have a look. Can you shout out Santos from Cape Town? Hiya, Santos from Cape Town. Hope you're enjoying, mate. Nice one. Um, yeah, yeah. So the Chiesa thing, I would really, I would like personally, I would like him to stay. I know I'm pretty much the only Liverpool fan that should stay, but that's just my opinion. I would have him as backup as Mo, because the other thing I'm a bit worried about is um, Salah's got the African Cup of Nations this year. Now, obviously, there's talk of maybe pushing Frimpong up into his position. So you have him support backing up Mo for those 6 weeks. But with the greatest respect to Jeremy Frimpong, like he's a very good player. He ain't going to be scoring you like the 10 goals that we might be missing if Salah's not there. So but then again, obviously we've got the options now. Obviously, we've got Ekitike, we've got Gakpo, we've got Florian Wirtz, we've got all these people. I mean, there's people like Ben Doak, Jaden Dans, who haven't even been talked about, who might still be at the club, who can play in those positions. Obviously, people like Sobo who can do a little bit up front as well. Diaz might still be there. I doubt it very much, but that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, if we let go of Chiesa, then that's Chiesa, potentially Darwin Núñez, and potentially who the hell am I missing? Darwin Núñez, Federico Chiesa. Oh, what am I about? Luis Diaz. Sorry. Duh. Um, yeah, that's potentially three of those lads that have gone. Now, obviously, we've just replaced one of them with Ekitike, so that covers you for two. Obviously, again, it's a horrible thing to have to contemplate, but Diogo Jota sadly is no longer with us. Rest in peace, forever 20. But as a practicality wise, obviously, his position will need to be addressed at some point. So, I mean, if you've got Ekitike, you potentially missing what, another couple of strikers. So maybe there is hope for Isak. I don't know. I mean, basically, I'm going all over the place here. But if you've got Darwin Núñez being sold for, let's say, 60 million quid, Lucho being sold for 130 million quid, and Chiesa, let's say 25, maybe you add on Doak, you're talking that's not far off 160, 170 million quid. Now, that does sign Alexander Isak, so maybe he's still there. Like I said, there's Eddie Howe was on his press conference the other day basically saying, oh, yes, Alexander's okay. He's just not here for personal reasons and this, that, and the other. And you're like, yeah, Eddie, I know you've got to say that, mate, but that doesn't sound remotely convincing. Um, he um, he does sound very unsettled, so I do wonder if there might still be a chance for Alexander Isak. I would love it if we could, but again, like I said at the start of the video, I'm just a bit. Are we gonna can we afford him with PSR? I mean, I'm assuming we can do. Oh, I have been do. You're all right. Who is your favourite Liverpool player? Right. So, my favourite. I'll do you two. My favourite Liverpool player of all time is John Barnes. Basically, and I know obviously he's not the one that you'd pick at Volgens. Obviously, we've had Luis Suarez, Mo Salah, and people like that. But personally, for me, John Barnes got me into football. It's a very weird story. I went to my father about 35 years ago and asked, Daddy, who's that man playing on TV? Because I saw like this black bloke basically running around scoring all these hat tricks and stuff. And it was like, oh, that's John Barnes' son. And I wasn't watching football at the time. I said, okay, I'll support whoever John Barnes played for. That happened to be Liverpool. I actually saw John Barnes 3 years previously to that. So had I asked my dad when I was 6, I would be a Watford fan at the minute. So it's a very, no offence to Watford, obviously, but it's a very good job I asked him in 1990 and not 1986. But who's my favourite Liverpool player now? God, it's difficult. Probably Mo, as in Mo Salah, obviously. But the one who I really love and identify with is Andy Robertson. Now, obviously, I know he's not an attacking player, and he had a bit of a bad season last season, but like I've loved Robbo ever since he did that mad little chase run against Man City about 3 or 4 years ago. I think the bloke's absolutely brilliant. I think he's been a fantastic signing for Liverpool, and I really don't want him to go. But obviously, if Kirkes is going to be playing there, then obviously Robbo might have to consider his future. But yeah, actually, I think my favourite player is Andy Robertson, just for where he's come from. I'm from a working class background, so was Robbo, and he's had to like work his arse off basically to get to the level where he is, and I can totally appreciate that and identify with it. So yeah, best player at Liverpool, Mo Salah. My favourite player for me is probably Andy Robbo, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that was a bit of a weird answer, but yeah, folks. So, like I said, what do you reckon? Are we pleased with Ekitike, or are we not thrilled with Ekitike? Just to finish off, I'm just trying to think if there's been any other Liverpool news. So I think Chiesa, Nunes. There's been no more updates on Nunes because we're looking into him apparently. I'm given stand, but like it seemed to have gone a bit quiet on that. I mean, we might end up keeping him now after he scored all those goals, but who knows? I've got no idea. Yeah. What do we think about Hugo? Are we pleased? Not pleased? Nonplussed? My other thing that I was going to say, and I've said this before, is the only slight concern I have about Ekitike is we were in this situation 3 years ago with Darwin Núñez, and like I said, it's a completely different set of circumstances. I'm not suggesting Ekitike is going to have the same issues that Darwin has, and I'm by no means am I suggesting Darwin Núñez is an awful footballer, because he quite clearly is not an awful footballer. He's not. He's a very good. Darwin Núñez is a very good footballer. He's just not a very good striker, is the way I would say it. I think for me, Darwin Núñez. You know how Newcastle bought in Joe Linton, and everyone thought he was rubbish, and then he basically got converted into this midfielder. I'm not suggesting, by the way, Darwin Núñez should be put in midfield. My God, what a disaster that would be. But I would, if you could play something like a 4-4-2, Darwin Núñez will be perfect going down a wing, absolutely skinning people. He's a really good crosser of the ball as well at the end of the day. I think Darwin Núñez passing and crossing is quite underrated. So from that standpoint, he's very, very good. But oh, here we go. I am really happy we signed Hugo. I just hope he does well. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. I'm really pleased as well. I mean, to be honest, when they were bandied about figures of like 100 million quid, I was just like, whoa, I'm not sure about that. But it's a lot better now. I've heard about the structure of the payment, so it's about 69 million. Look, obviously, for those of us like me who grew up with people like Alan Shearer being record signing in England for 60 million, I'm always going to look and fix 69 million is outrageous, but it's just how prices have gone up, isn't it? So I suppose for market value, 69 million is fine. And at the end of the day, look, those bonuses are probably predicated on Liverpool winning trophies. And if Hugo helps us win trophies or contributes to winning trophies, I am more than happy to pay Eintracht Frankfurt the other 10 million quid. So yeah, I completely agree with you, mate. But yeah, just finishing the Darwin thing. I like Darwin, but clearly we did get that wrong 3 years ago. If, like I said, if Núñez had been brought in as like this amazing pacey bloody winger who scored 10 goals a season, that's fine. But he was brought in to be our number 9, and sadly, look, his goal record actually and assist record since he's been at the club isn't horrendous. I might be completely wrong on this, but I think he's got about 43 goals in 3 years and maybe 30 assists, something in and around those lines. I'm not too sure. So, I mean, that isn't bad at all, but it's not. They're not Mo Salah numbers at the end of the day, and that's a hell of a thing to compare yourself to. But yeah, it's just not worked out for Núñez. That's my only slight concern in that basically Hugo isn't ready-made. Obviously, we are buying talent and we're buying talent for the future. I mean, I say future, he's not ridiculously young. He has just turned 23, so that's still young. I mean, look, I'm 46 years of age, so, it's young to me. But if he's a project, basically, for what I'm saying is, can Liverpool afford to have another project? A la the Nunes thing. I mean, Nunes, I don't think Klopp bought him as a project. I just think Klopp, look, Jurgen Klopp, I'm certainly not going to criticise Jurgen. I love the bloke, and he's given me my football club back in the most wonderful years of my life. Jurgen very, very rarely got things wrong at the football club, and he was always on point with signings. I mean, most of Jurgen's signings, Robbo, Van Dijk, and Mo Salah, Stadio, Alexis, the list goes on and on and on. Jurgen got most of his signings right. The Darwin Nunes one, for me, he got wrong. So, yeah, that's my only concern with Ekitike. Basically, what I'm rambling on about is it's not like you bring an Isak or a Haaland in, you go, right, plug in and play. Isak, Haaland, they score 30 goals a season, bish, bash, bosh, done, the end. I hope wrong on this, and I will happily have the mick taken out of me. I don't see Hugo Ekitike scoring 30 goals next season. I think that's far too much for it's far too much to ask for a bloke to just come in and knock it out of the park in the Premier League. I think for the first year, if he can be learning off Mo, Gackers, and if he can be scoring. If Hugo Ekitike ended the season, let's say for argument's sake, with 13 goals and, I don't know, like 6 assists or something like that for a first season, I think that would be more than satisfactory. He'd be absolutely fine with it, not a problem at all. But I just hope that we all get behind him. If he has a disastrous season, it's just a case of, right, guys, this lad is 23 years old. He's not in 24 till next year. So he's here for 6 years. Let's give the guy a chance. But obviously, if it turns into another Nunes, we can't be basically we can't be waiting around for Ekitike forever. But I don't think we'll have the same problem that we do with Nunes. I think he's going to be a very, very good player for Liverpool Football Club going forward. Overall, just to end the video, I'm really, really pleased we've signed him. He does look like a decent player. And I think it's quite a decent price in the end that we've negotiated as well. Just quickly as well, the last thing I wanted to say that I was a bit concerned about. I would very much like us to finish off with a couple of centre backs. I am getting slightly concerned about this in the fact that there's 4 weeks till the season starts. In fact, there's less than that. And so far, obviously, we've got Ibu, who's out of contract. You've got Virgil van Dijk, who is the best defender on planet Earth, but he is 34 years of age. We've got Joe Gomez back, who has hardly played in the last 18 months. We've got Nallo, who has played, like, I don't know, 50 minutes of senior football for us, if you include the pre-season. And Luke Stevenson, who was playing in midfield for Dundee last year, who is also like half of my age. So I would very much like the Reds to crack on and buy a centre-back as quickly as humanly possible. Hey! Who's that guy? Can't imagine who he is. Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah, I saw that the other day. That's very, very cool. Ekitike backwards is also Ekitike. Marvellous. Wonderful stuff. Yes. Can't imagine who that bloke is who made the comment. Yeah, so cool. Nice one, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for watching. So just to finish off, like I said, I'm going to be at Anfield in 2 weeks' time, pretty much all day for the second Athletic Bilbao game. So there will be mural. There's going to be like a mural walk that I'm going to do a live stream of. There's going to be a what am I trying to say? A stadium tour. I might even go into the stadium as well and book a stadium tour. I haven't decided yet. I will be doing a travel vlog in and around Liverpool. I'm going to be going to obviously the game, goes without saying. So there'll be a vlog of the game individually. I'll try and shoot all of the 9 goals that hopefully we score, and hopefully Ekitike scores 5 of them. Guaranteed he'll be playing the day before. Yeah, so yeah, there'll be all that good stuff coming up 2 weeks time. Also, Reds, if you are watching, if you could do me a massive favour, you don't have to watch if you don't want to, because it's obviously it's not great subject matter. I'm there should be a vlog on my channel coming up in about 40 minutes, and it's just about the Hillsborough law now. It's something that I feel very, very strongly about and have felt very, very strongly about for a long time. So just very, very quickly, basically, it had to be given a second reading in the Houses of Parliament back 2 weeks ago, I think it was, where the MP for West Derby, I forget his name, I do apologise. Oh, Ian Byrne, had to basically get a second reading of the Hillsborough law now, because long story short, Mr. Starmer and the Labour Party have neglected to push the bill through after having promised that they would do for the last 18 months. And it's like, can you please get on with it? The bill is not intended to support the families of Hillsborough. It's intended to support further tragedies like Hillsborough. Hello, S Panda. All right, mate. Yeah, but so basically, the Hillsborough law now, it's not intended to support the Hills. It's intended to further tragedies along the lines of Hillsborough. So I've got a video on it where I've just spoken and given some details. And if you could just, you don't have to watch the video, it's fine. If you could just repost it, tell your friends about the Hillsborough Law Now campaign. Just put anything on your social media. It doesn't have to be my video. It's not for likes or subscribes or anything like that. If you just want to forward it on to people, get in contact with Ian Byrne himself. There's the Hillsborough Support Alliance, Hillsborough Law Now. They're on Twitter, Sky thing. Anything that you can do basically to try and get this, what for that phrase, give Labour a kick up the and get them law through, just to try and prevent a further tragedy, and basically to just give the Hillsborough families something at the day. They are there to try and help. Margaret Aspinall, who's one of the leaders, she obviously lost her she lost a member of her family in tragedy as well, and she spoke about Keir Starmer basically speaking to her, said they were passed the law and they still haven't done it, and they're trying to amend the law and the bill, and it's like, no, it doesn't need amending, it's fine as it is. Please, can you just process it and put this through the House of Parliament? But that's not what you're here for. So if you do subscribe and if you're on my channel, Hillsborough Law Now video is up in 40 minutes time. Yeah, so if you could just repost it, send it on to family and friends. Don't repost it, and just write some comments anywhere you can do on social media. I'd very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. Cool. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Hugo Ekitike is imminent. And yes, I will see you for more Liverpool stuff next week. I also do a Liverpool podcast called Geek Boy Liverpool Story. So this time next week, so that's the podcast that's coming out today about Hillsborough. The podcast next week will be probably about what goes on in the Far East when we play Milan, I think, first. I don't know, we would have played Yokohama just yet, but I know the fixtures are coming up soon. So yeah, it'll be probably talking about that, and then the podcast the week after, if I've got this right, will probably be from Anfield, basically. So yeah, that'll be really cool. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're happy with Ekitike, if you're not happy with Ekitike, just let us know. But yes, just to end, best of luck, Hugo, and Hugo is boss law. Right, guys. See you soon. Bye bye.